Hi guys, today I wanted to talk about breast pumps. So I had my son August 4 months ago, and he is awesome, but I decided to breastfeed him. And so I had to quickly figure out, knowing nothing about pumps, breast milk, nothing, I had to figure out what I was gonna buy, what I needed to use, and what would help him best. So I'm gonna talk to you guys about the pumps that I ended up getting, pros and cons of each one, and you can make your own decision. So today I'm going to talk about 3 different pumps. The first one is going to be the Spectra S2. This is a giant pump. I actually selected this one because I knew that my insurance was going to cover a pump and I wanted something that was hospital grade and that was kind of heavy duty. I wanted this to be my main pump. Let's say I could not breastfeed at all, I couldn't nurse at all, and I just had to exclusively pump. I wanted something that I knew would work. And when I looked at different options, the Medela didn't have great reviews, and it was really bulky and just really kind of embarrassing looking. And I kind of liked the S2. This is the entire pump. So you charge this is rechargeable. The pink one is the S1, and you actually have to plug it into the wall. So if you pay a little bit extra, your insurance usually will allow you to upgrade. You just pay a little fee, and you can get it so that it's rechargeable. You can carry it around the house like this. Obviously, it's still bulky, but it's not that bad. It still has a lot of pieces. You still have all of these. You still have your giant flanges on top of your bottles, and you have to clean all of these parts, which is annoying. Also, these fall off the back constantly, which is sort of annoying, but the pump works amazingly. So this is a good option if you're wanting a hospital grade pump, but it's very heavy. The cons are you also need a pumping bra. A lot of women will just hold these on. I have no idea why they would do that, how they do that. You really should just get a pumping bra. It will hold it on properly for you. This is what a pumping bra looks like for the Spectra. This is I think this is the Simple Wishes bra, and you can pick this up at Target, and it has a section here where you can just insert your front of your pump. It goes through and it holds it perfectly on. It's super tight, so it's not gonna move, and that's very helpful for when you're pumping. You can pick it up, you can walk around the house, you can bend down, and if you're wearing this, it's not gonna move. But like I said, it's not something you can really take to work and work at your desk. I mean, this thing is loud. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear that. Put it next to my microphone. It's pretty loud. What's crazy is it has a ton of different options and customizations and different speeds and different pressures, and it's extremely confusing. I've never charged it. So I had my son for 4 months and like 2 weeks. I have never charged this, never. And it still has half of a battery. So the thing will last forever. So if you're gonna get a Spectra, don't get the S1, just get the S2. It's a few extra dollars and definitely worth it. But just make sure you get a pumping bra. Very important. I'll link this one down below. This is my favorite. So the Spectra S2 was pretty bulky, as you saw. I wanted something that I could use in the car. I wanted something that I could take with me, that I could use at a hair appointment. Actually, I just used this one today at a hair appointment. So this is the Elvie. The Elvie pump, what it's known for mainly is being super expensive. This is like 550 bucks. It is extremely expensive. The price point is ridiculous. Do I think it's worth that much money? No, I do not. Absolutely do not. But this thing is super useful. So this is what I use right now a lot. So the Elvie is awesome because it's very simple. You saw how complex the other one was with all of the tubes and things like that. That's it. Here's the motor, here's the bottle, and then you just have your actual flange. It comes with, I think, the 24 and 28. I don't know why. I have never met anybody who's a 28. Maybe they exist. You are unicorns. But here are the pieces. This is all that you have to wash. Obviously, you don't wash this. So you just wash these 2 pieces here. Compared to having to wash all of these pieces separately, you have to pop these off and completely take them apart. It is really, really annoying. Now, the Spectra holds 5 ounces, and so does the Elvie. It also holds 5 ounces. Now, what's cool about the Elvie is that it has a smartphone app, and it will kind of sense, how much you're pumping. So you just put it into your bra. You have to make sure to line up your nipple, and then you can just tuck it away like this. Pretty simple. Definitely better than the Spectra. So once you've got it in your bra, you can be sitting at your desk, you can be doing whatever, and you can walk around the house, you can do whatever you need to do. I would not recommend that you lean forward because milk is gonna kind of leak out and spill. It's not as great as they are claiming it is on the website, so you can't actually do yoga or anything like that. But it is pretty easy to put on, and you can slide it into most any bra, and that is a huge win when you are sitting there pumping and you can't really do much. Now, I can't pick up my child when I'm doing this because it kind of knocks it off. And if it kind of even moves a little bit, it causes a lot of pain, at least for me. So it's not as great as I thought it was going to be because you still have to actually reach in here to touch the buttons. So for example, there's the start button here, the play button you can increase, it's a plus and minus, you can increase your suction. You have the power button. So there's almost no buttons on here versus the Spectra S2, which has a million buttons, and you actually have to read the manual. Now there is a smartphone app and you can use that instead of the buttons if you want to, but I usually don't have time to sit there and connect the pump. I forget to half the time, especially at night. So I find myself just using the buttons on the front. I've never changed the suction. So I just kind of let it do its automatic thing, which usually works for me. So there are a lot of pros to this. You can wear it anywhere. It's perfect for the car. So if you're going on a car trip or you're just gonna be going on short errands, you can just do this. I would never use this in public because as you saw, it's still pretty bulky. It's kind of embarrassing. I personally wouldn't pump in public. And the sound is not as quiet as they make it sound like. So I'll try to hold this next to my microphone so you can hear. It's not super quiet. I mean, if you were sitting next to me, you could hear this. So people are gonna know that you're pumping. It's not a big secret. But it is definitely more convenient than lugging around that giant container. So pros, wearable, small, holds 5 ounces in each one. You then have to, it stops and you have to dump it out into a bottle and then you can keep pumping. But obviously it's the same with any pump. If you fill up the bottle, you would need to stop and dump it out. So with the Spectra, you would just put another bottle on because it's already in a bottle that you would just screw the cap on. This pump also comes with caps, so you can twist this off and then put a cap on and you can just put it in the fridge, but you still have to put it into a bottle at some point. So there you go. Very expensive. The price, it's simply not worth it. So if anything, almost $600 for a pump like this, it's just not worth it. It's not that exciting when you see other options, which I'm about to talk about. So as expensive as the Elvie is, there are other options that you can get for a wearable breast pump. This is the Hauture wearable breast pump, and this was actually sent to me to review by the company, and I'm actually quite impressed. If I did not like this pump, I would let you know. However, there's a lot of pros about this pump that I feel like my almost $600 Elvie doesn't have. The best thing about this pump is that the buttons are on the top. This is a big deal because look what you can do. When you're putting this into your bra, you can actually see the buttons on the top. Now, it's not as slim of a profile as the Elvie, so you're still going to see it. However, as I've already discussed, there is no way on this planet that I'm gonna go walk around Target and be pumping. So I'm gonna always be in my home. It's more for my own self-esteem to not be connected to a giant pump like the Spectra. This is fine for me when I'm looking for a wearable pump or something in the car. So I would rather have the buttons on the top that I can just look down and increase suction, change the mode, do what I need to do. Okay, so this pump actually holds 6 ounces, so it's just generally bigger. This pump uses a USB-C charging port, so it's a lot easier than the Elvie, which actually uses an older, I don't even know what it's called, but it uses an older, the flat kind. I like that this Hauture pump uses the USB-C because I have a lot more of those cables. And it's also very easy to take apart. So this pops off and you can actually just dump your milk out through this hole right here. You just pour it into the bottom when you're done. That's it. When you're washing it, you just pop off this and you can just pop this off too and you wash these pieces. That's all you have to do. Very simple. When you're putting it back, you just match up these here. I will say this is the only thing that I don't like about this pump is that it takes me way too long to stick it back in. You saw how quick the Elvie was, and this one I'm kind of having to fight with it. So this is my biggest con of this item is just the amount of time that it takes me to stuff it back. So if you're in the middle of the night and you're trying to get this thing back in after washing it or whatnot, you're just gonna be a little bit annoyed. And then you just squeeze this edge, and there you go. This pump actually comes with flange inserts, so you can pop them inside to find your perfect fit. So this is a 24 millimeter insert. This is a 27 millimeter flange. So you could just use it if that was your size, or you can stick in the included inserts. And I believe they sell extra inserts as well. So the Hauture pump is pretty cool. It's actually almost identical to the Mom Cozy. If you've ever seen the Mom Cozy advertised, which they do relentless Instagram ads, so you've probably seen it. But this one actually has, I think, one more mode, according to my friend who has the Mom Cozy. She said that this has 3 modes and hers has 2. So that's pretty neat. You just press the power button, turns on. You can press plus, minus. Now listen to the sound. That's pretty loud, but once again, all of the pumps make noise. So for me, it's kind of like the only thing I don't want it to make a lot of noise for is if I have my baby sleeping in the room next to me. I don't want it to be too loud. This is definitely much louder than the Elvie. Keep in mind that you have to buy 2 of these, so they're sold singly. So right now, I'm looking at Amazon, and it's on sale right now. It is $49 for one of these. That's insane. So it's even cheaper than I thought. The company also gave me a promo code, which is amazing, and the promo code is 40% off. So you can get this even cheaper, and I will link that promo code below. So if you have ever wanted to try a wearable pump, this is the chance. So here's side by side what the Elvie and the Hauture pump look like. Like I said, this is almost exactly the same also as the Mom Cozy, but this one actually has an additional mode. So that's what they look like. If you've ever been wondering how they stack up, and I'll put them both in so you can see. I'm gonna put the Hauture on the right, and I'm gonna put the Elvie on the left. So this is what they look like side by side. Like I said, this isn't gonna be a fashion show. I mean, you're probably gonna be wearing a milk-stained t-shirt. Do you really care what it looks like in your bra as long as you're not having to just sit there in a pumping bra? So that's the big difference. You don't have to go take all of your clothes off and sit there in a pumping bra like the Spectra. That's what we're trying to avoid here. These are both great pumps. If you have the money to burn to buy the Elvie, be my guest. I mean, it's awesome. It's very easy. You just click it on and off. Love that. This does take a little bit more effort, but when we're talking the difference of $550 plus tax and $50, and with my promo code, it's even cheaper. I mean, it's really no contest. Now, let me make sure that I'm quoting the price right on Elvie because I keep throwing around that much money. Did I truly spend that much money on my Elvie? One Elvie is $299. One is $299 versus the Hauture pump, $49. I mean, I'm fine to just buy this one and stick the silicone on. So I kind of feel a little sad. Keep in mind, you cannot return breast pumps. You literally cannot return them. So if you tried this out and you didn't like it and you wanted to send it back, too bad. It's a breast pump. You can't return it. So when you make this decision, you need to make sure that you are very secure in the decision that you're making. And insurance does not cover Elvie. I would not recommend using your insurance benefit on the Elvie at all because it only takes off like $50 to $100, at least for mine. And that was a total waste of time. So I recommend still getting something like the Spectra with your insurance benefit and paying cash for a wearable pump. Having to put on this special bra and just sit there in my underwear and just have these 2 things sticking out and just sitting here like naked, just like this. I mean, it was really just, I can't explain it. It was not what I wanted. So for my self-esteem alone, I really wanted a wearable pump. And if that's something that you are considering as well, it might be worth it to have something on hand, especially for trips, like I said, just anything like that. Plus, you literally cannot pick up your child with this stuck to you, but you sort of could. It'd kind of knock it off if you had the Elvie or the Hauture pump. You know, might as well try it. Now, I didn't want the Willow pump, which is also another popular wearable pump, because I think it pumps into bags, and I just didn't want to mess with bags, and I wanted something simple that was just a bottle that I could dump in. So there you have it. I have the Spectra S2, I have the Elvie pump, and I have the Hauture pump as well. Which one's your favorite pump, August? Do you like this one, or do you like this one? Which one do you like? Which one do you like? Which one do you like? Well, I guess August prefers the Elvie. He has expensive taste. So there you have it. That's a review of the 3 pumps that I own, the pros and cons of each one. And I think that at the end of the day, August doesn't really care because all he wants is milk. Bye, guys. Time to change a diaper.